Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here to talk about and review Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck is a 1989 film that was directed by John Hughes, and the plot is we meet Uncle Buck, played by John Candy, who his brother and his wife, they have a family emergency to attend to. Her father had a heart attack, so they have to leave town. So they're desperate. They're desperate to find someone to watch their kids. And when I say desperate, so desperate to where even though the wife does not like his brother, does not like Buck, she reluctantly asks him to come over the house and stay there for a few days, a couple of weeks, however long it takes. And he does so. And as he's watching them, it doesn't quite go as smooth or as great as you'd like, but hey, it's Uncle Buck. Now, what I think of this movie is I love this movie. I do. Obviously, I grew up on this movie. I watched it as a kid. It used to always come on TV. And it's funny because going back and watching it now, this movie, I don't know if it actually is for kids. I mean, I just sort of assumed growing up, yeah, this is fine. But then when you rewatch it now, you see some stuff in there that you're like, oh, wow. They put in some interesting jokes, some interesting scenarios. Let's talk about John Candy as Uncle Buck. I love John Candy. I do. Anything I see him in, he consistently makes me laugh. He just has that wit and that charm about him. And he does come off as a nice guy here. And there's almost a part of you that thinks the wife is being an a-hole for not just going along with this guy. Like, could he really be all that bad? And then, of course, you see that he does gamble, he does smoke cigarettes, he does have these habits that he'll do even around the kids. It's like, well, maybe not the greatest and smartest thing, but he means well. He's not trying to be an a-hole. He's trying to be nice and be likable. And when you see him interact with the kids, I think he's great with them. You have Tia, who's the oldest daughter. She's played by Jean Louisa Kelly, an actress that I thought, like, just looking at her face, I thought maybe I'd seen her in something else. I looked her up, I couldn't really see anything. But the character, because the actress is good as this character, she has that teen angst, a little bit of an emo side to her. And some of it, you're like, yeah, she's going through the typical teenage stuff. So some of it, you don't blame her. But then there's other parts of it where she's just being evil. Like, I swear, this character is the devil incarnate. I mean, the scenes where she, like, when she's talking to her mom and saying all these mean, hurtful things, it's like, okay, that's one thing. But when Buck comes along, just from the beginning, she gives him attitude and gives him dirty looks and whatnot. And I love the scenes of them going back and forth, and Buck especially trying to scare her boyfriend and trying to do everything he can to keep this guy away, because it works. It's so good, it's so funny, and it is at times creepy. Like, if I was that boyfriend, I wouldn't have anything to do with this girl. He has a hatchet, for example, and every time he pulls up in his car and the engine in the back goes boom, scares, sounds like a shotgun or something. And also the scene where she just maliciously, purposely tries to screw up Buck's relationship with his girlfriend and tries to tell her about this woman, Marcy, the neighbor that comes over, which that situation, it's crazy. It is insane, and you do find yourself disliking the daughter a little bit at times. The other two kids, Maisie and Miles, the little girl who plays Maisie, she too has that face that I thought I'd seen before, but I looked her up, I couldn't really find anything that looked familiar. But Miles is played by Macaulay Culkin. Now, this is pretty much before Macaulay Culkin blew up. It's before the Home Alone movies, before all those movies in the 90s that he would become known for. But he still has that thing about him too, that you know he's going to become a star. Like the one scene where him and John Candy are going back and forth trading questions and answers, and he's hanging in there. He's going toe to toe. He's just rapid fire. Boom, boom, boom. That's a kid. That's my job. It's so funny to watch all those scenes. The scene where Uncle Buck goes to the little girl's school and has to deal with the principal, and how he throws her a quarter and says, "Go find a rat that will gnaw that wart off your face." I howl with laughter every single time I see that scene. And what more can I say? This film is so fun, so funny. It's so heartwarming as well. I think it's a great family film, but also has enough raunchiness and enough stuff in there to where it's not too cheesy, it's not too corny. Like, I think this is one of those perfect type of family movies, at least for me. It works. I love watching it as often as I can. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Uncle Buck? Do you like it as much as I do? What do you think of the original? I know they made a TV show and it was an all-black family, and trust me, that didn't work. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!